This will be the very first video that I've made on the bike with just me and you. So, this is my second time on the bike today. Being quarantined means that I'm not going to go to the gym, though the gym technically is open from normal business hours, but the Pride Hanger is not open, which means that I think I'm just not going to go to the gym. I think that me and Evelyn have enough stuff in the house that, you know, I have hand weights, I have this, we have bars, we have bands, pretty much everything that we need to do, and then Evelyn can run in the neighborhood and not be in contact with anybody. I was reading something from Italy. I was actually going to read it to you guys. So I'll continue to work here on the bike. My legs are already tired. So let me find it. Let's see here. Not that. Going into this. If you're not on my Facebook is this one. It looks like this. So if you don't see this, it ain't me. Okay, because I don't change this part, which is the cover part. So that's me. Let me go to my Instagram. Go to my homepage on Instagram. If you do not see this on Instagram, that is not me. See the little kisses? See the little rainbows? That's the picture. I don't change it. That's me experiencing Nirvana up underneath here. So if you don't see that, it isn't me. So just letting you guys know. Look at this fucking picture of me and you today. I've had a rough fucking go of it. I've had a rough go of it. So anyway, let me read you what. So it says, from somebody still living in Italy, please read. It's long but worth it. And I will kind of paraphrase it a little bit before people start falling asleep on me. Why does this thing not tell me how long I've been on it? It is. That does not help me, huh? Okay, well, we're just going to have to trust that it's recording the whole time. I think it does. I think. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, there, it's way down there at the bottom. See, it's still learning new. So, to all my friends back home in the U.S., I hope you will take time to read this. Okay, obviously, you guys are not reading this, I'm telling you. My heart is very heavy when I read your posts, your speculations, and your questions. Misinformation is flying around the internet. Politics are rampant. Please slow down the crazy train and panic and focus on just the facts. Many of you are so good at voices of being calm and sourced info. Now is your time to shine. So, I am personally not concerned about my chances to get COVID. I said that at first. Maybe you think that now. Fine. After all, at first it seems like it's just a bad flu, as if everybody's overactive. But then you begin to see who is dying. And you really get concerned really fast. This is Italy, okay? Like, what about my nephew waiting for a heart transplant? My mom with lupus, or my friends with asthma? All are super high risk. I don't want you to give it to them, and I don't want to unknowingly be the carrier and give it to your loved ones. So daily updates on new cases in Italy and new deaths. We sustain 150 to 200 new deaths every day. for several days in a row. Over 2,300 new cases just yesterday. New cases of people infected. Know who was done? The adorable Italian Nonna, the grandparents of the soul of Italy, the teenager who's overcome odds to live with cystic fibrosis, the mother of 4 who is beating cancer and is weak and couldn't beat COVID, the uncle who's triaged, sorry, I'm doing this in this, who has diabetes and heart issues. We all know these people. It could be our grandparents, it could be our cousins, it could be our wives, it could be our husbands, it could be us. I have asthma. Some of my medication, immunosuppressed. Like, I am susceptible. Does it mean that I would die if I get it? I don't know. Like, could I be a carrier of it? Could I pick it up and not have any symptoms, be asymptomatic? I don't know. Until it's too late. Until, I've wiped my hand, not thinking about it. Wiped it on my face, wiped it on my pants, sat down somewhere, put my hand on, the grocery store, not clerk, but like, handing them my card and, because at my commissary, you have to give them your card. I self-checkout, but a lot of people don't. You have to hand them your card. And so just imagine that, and then handing them your card. Well, that's 2 people, yourself from them and how many other people they've touched all day long. So just imagine putting your hands on that register, putting your hands on the, just to beep your card info in. Imagine how many hundreds, thousands of people just that day use that register to buy something. Just imagine that. Just sit and ponder for a second, because I could talk to you about the rest of it right now. Sit and ponder about that. All those bag people, the people who bag up your groceries, how many people's cars, how many people's children, how many people they have gotten money from because they get tips every single solitary day. How many hours they've been, because they kind of do a switch off each lane. They'll do one or the other. So that person gets this person, that person gets this person. And then they sometimes they both get tips. So just imagine all that contagion. And it only takes one person. It only takes one person to be sick, asymptomatic, or just, I think it's the flu. I think I got a cold. It just takes one person to infect how many people? How many hundreds, thousands of people? Because don't just look at it as my little teeny tiny little town, base. Don't look at it there. Look at it like Sacramento, Roseville, Fairfield, Vallejo, excuse me. San Francisco is shut down. Think of it there. Millions of people like that. One person, like I just said, one person like me, don't have any symptoms, maybe a slight fever, that's about it. Just feeling warm, not feeling all that great. I picked it up from somewhere. I wiped my nose. I put my hand on something. They put their hand on it. And there you go. That person shakes hands with somebody else. Somebody gives them money. Somebody goes to the gas station. You pick up this, you touch that. Everybody in between, everything. And not one person, did I mention, wash their hands. Because who the fuck is gonna be working an 8-hour shift in every single solitary time they touch something, besides a medical professional, besides medical people? Who the fuck is gonna stop and wash their hands? I'm going backwards, it might look weird. Who's gonna do that? Even in the food industry, which, mind you, I have worked in the food industry. Food industry is fucking disgusting, but it is a necessity. Just being 100% honest with you, the food industry is disgusting, and no, they do not wash their hands all the time. They do not go to the bathroom and wash their hands, or they do wash their hands and then they touch the fucking handle to leave the bathroom, or they put their hands through their hair afterwards, adjust their hat, you know, straighten up their shirt where they've been sweating all day. They've been handling money, they've been handling utensils, been handling different people's dishes, trash cans, dropping shit on the floor. Like, you can imagine how this shit is just, it's a continuous just ooze, spread, just a continuous slow crawl. Again, I'm not a medical professional, obviously, but I have a unique understanding of things, and I'm terrified. And I have paranoia to go with my panic attacks and my bipolar. This is different, okay? We had, you know, if you go back every 20, you know, the 2000s, not 2000, but like 1820, 1920s, now 2020s, there's been something that has wiped out a whole shit ton of people. If you would ask me, which you're obviously sitting here listening to my harebrained ideas, I think somebody released it. Call it a cold, call it a karma, call it, well, you know, unleashing hell, like, you know, it could have been my brain working constantly. I'm like, this happened exactly in February, like exactly the first of the year, like right off the bat. Starts off in China, people start getting it everywhere, people start dying. Think about Italy, think about all these poor countries, think about how it's going to spread and how many people are getting sick, how many people are involved. And then, to me, I feel like somebody let it go. I feel like it was engineered. I feel like this was a strategic move somehow, somewhere, by somebody, by some organization, and knowing that we wouldn't have a way to stop it, it was just time, and they felt it was the time. But of course, you can't really say somebody did that. You know, this would be chemical warfare. This would be a big deal. This would be somebody standing up and saying, "Oh, we did this. We launched this. We introduced this." And this is where my brain goes all squirrel, and people are like, "Okay, Nirvana, good Nirvana. You just sit on down. You just relax. None of this comes from Evelyn, okay? Evelyn is not sharing my views. We do not talk about it because I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and like, she don't need to hear what's in here. That's what I have you guys for. I'll let you guys deal with this and help a hoe out. But who's got your water? Who's got water? You got your water? Water's gonna be important. Everybody should have some. I'm just saying is all. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like something terrible is happening. I think that I am going to stay in my fucking house. I think I'm trying to stay afloat on the groceries that we have. I'm going to pull together every ounce of money that we have. I'm going to go into the next commissary when they fill it back up. I'm going to buy enough groceries for groceries. Okay, I'm not going to go ham on everything. Enough stuff to feed us for at least 2 or 3 weeks. And then we're just gonna hold up unless she has to go to work. And I will be buying a mask, and I will be wearing gloves when I go there, and I will be doing my damnedest not to touch my face. And other than that, I don't have to go in to any doctor or anything like that, or be anywhere near that fucking hospital until, I want to say, the 10th of next month for a pain medication and stuff refill. Now, I'm going to be out of Latuda pretty quick. I think I have like another week's worth, and that means that I need, well, my other psych meds. I need to stand up. This is hurting me. My other psych meds, I need a refill. So that's got to be timed where I feel like nobody's going to be in there, and just make sure that it is ready to go in immediately, and then, sanitize the shit out of myself there, and sanitize the shit out of myself when I get out of there. I'm going to be very careful. Not only do I not want to make other people sick, I do not want to get sick. I'm very scared for my mom. I'm very scared for my friends. I have many EDS friends. I have many people who have POTS. I have many people who are, immune suppressed, who are immune compromised. I have a lot of people who, are very sick with lupus, Crohn's disease, I dabble in pretty much everybody. But a lot of people I talk to are very sick. I'm gonna go back the other way. So yes, I'm very worried. My mind is troubled. Obviously, that's why I'm on here. The good thing is that, remember in South Korea when I was the thinnest I've ever been? I weighed like 227. That's the smallest I've ever gotten. And that's when I left South Korea. Well, now that I have a bike at home and I can work out whenever I want to, I've already lost 10 pounds. So I only have 13 pounds, no, I'm sorry, 10 pounds to go to get back down to that weight if I want to. And I have a feeling, because of just who I am and like how I'm feeling, and like just working out and having something to do, by making videos and talking and doing lives and stuff like that while I'm on the bike, is going to be really helpful, because mindlessly doing this is completely different. It makes me think of the time, do you remember? It makes me remember what time it is, and then I kind of just get, But sitting here talking to you guys instead of sitting there talking like in a chair or cleaning the kitchen, which I still need to do. I made Swedish meatballs yesterday. Let me sit down. I made Swedish meatballs yesterday. Oh, I'll tell you what my shirt says. My neck, my back, my anxiety attack. That should tell you where my head is today. It was a good recipe. Look up Serious Eats Swedish meatball recipe. I bake them, and then I put the meatballs in the air fryer for like 6 minutes. So bake them at 400, and then once you put them at 400, you bake them for 20 minutes. Take them out and put them in your Tupperware dish. So I'm only taking out as many as me and Evelyn will eat. I will eat 5, and she will eat 5 with mashed potatoes, broccoli, and I will eat just 5 because that's all the room I've got. So the sauce itself is really good. I doctored the sauce because I really wanted to. I used some heavy cream in it. I added a teaspoon of beef stock. So I used 3 cups of chicken stock. Do you know the little stock, the ones that look like gelatin? They come in like a 4-pack from Knowles. They're a little green package about this big, and they have like little teeny tiny, they look like little pots full of chicken stock. So I buy those, but I buy the Better Than Base, or better than something. I think it's Better Than Base beef broth, and so I put a teaspoon of that into the 3 cups of chicken stock. So I used 1 cube of chicken stock, 3 cups of water, put it in a pan. I used 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I put in less than 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice. I put a splash of soy sauce in it, like half a cap of vinegar in it, and then no garlic in this recipe whatsoever. No garlic. And then I boiled it down, added, well, no, before I put the chicken stock in, I made a roux. So I had 2 teaspoons of butter, and then tablespoons of butter, and then 2 teaspoons of flour, and then cooked that off until it was frothy. Made sure the flour wasn't, this is me stirring the flour. I wonder how many of y'all stuck around for this crazy shit. What was I saying? Yeah, so I cooked off the flour, and then I added the chicken stock to make my roux. And then at the very end, I added, I'd say a quarter, fourth of a cup of heavy cream to it, and it came out perfect. It's very luscious, very, like, it coats the back of a spoon really well. I added some fresh parsley in, like perfection, and then we have it with Lindenberg jelly, Londenberry. It's a Swedish berry, like you can look it up at IKEA. If you have an IKEA, they make that there, so you don't even have to make it. They actually make the sauce and the meatballs. So you could just go pick those up and have it for yourself, and the jelly, and it's all ready for you. Like, you can microwave it, but I wanted to make it myself, so I like it better. They used to have horse meat in it. No lie, look that shit up. They eat horse over there, and it used to have traces of horse meat in it over here. So I don't really like their version very much. I typically like mine, well, obviously because I made it, but yeah, so you can make it yourself. I challenge you to make it. I'd love to see pictures of it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear if you tried it, or if you tried it from IKEA, what your thoughts are. I've had the IKEA meatballs, like the frozen ones, taken them home and used Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and just had them like that, and they were great. Like, they taste just, because there's no garlic in them, you can really kind of doctor them up any way you want. Having trouble tonight, not feeling good, and here I am working out. Evelyn's playing video games. Dogs are laying on the bed. I'm lonely. Not that Evelyn isn't here for me, but she asked me if she could play some video games, and I said, yeah, of course. And then I was watching Versailles, and like, it's on the 3rd season, and I'm not going to give any spoils or stuff, but like, he's acting different, and I don't like it. There's a lot of plot twists and stuff like that that's just making me uncomfortable, and like, the whole thing's turned pretty dark, so I'm not enjoying it right now, so I kind of turned it off. I think I'm on like the 4th or 5th, excuse me, 4th or 5th of the season, no, not season, but episode. It is like, it's almost 11 o'clock for me. I'm going to stand up here in a second, because like I said, this seat is hurting my hoo-hoo. I did a live today. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was amazing. I stayed on for like 1 hour and 15 minutes. So far, I've been on here for 24 minutes. Evelyn's going to get me a cadence counter, which means it'll like click to the, because this doesn't have, it's not fandangled with stuff. There's no bells or whistles. Like, it's a knob turner, like to make it harder or softer. She's going to get me a cadence counselor counter.
I'll get you a game counter.
Oh, baby. Hi.
Having fun?
Yeah, I was telling everybody that I thought that the plague was planted.
The what?
The plague was planted. Yeah, I told everybody how I think that it was unleashed upon us as the next plague. And that I didn't tell you about it because you do this, which is exactly what you're doing. He's like, okay, I love you very much. Oh, see, I told you what she would do. Look.
Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay.
See? She's like, oh, hi, baby. Yeah, they planted it. Yeah, they sure did. Wow. Did you see it? You fucking see it? Show me shirt. Vert de Ferk. I can do that. Look at pull it back. Pretend I have an arm, please. No, I mean like pull it back the other way. Yeah. Look at that shit. Does nothing. Yeah. It doesn't do anything for me. Hi. Tell them how good I'm doing. Tell them how much weight I've lost.
You've lost 10 pounds with this bike.
I have.
She loves this bike.
I love this bike.
I like this.
She likes me making videos on it. It makes her happy. Look, we look alike, don't we? Isn't she beautiful with her long hair? This is beautiful hair. No, don't be mean. Oh, I love you so much. She is my... Well, yeah, you're always going to be taller than me. She is the reason I exist. She is my everything. She is my perfect counterbalance of my cuckoo Cocoa Puffs. And I've been having it pretty rough, haven't I, Shma? Yeah. What are you doing? You make me fall off. Oh, don't do it. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I do not enjoy that at all.
I like this. It's funny.
Oh, they can't see that. I love you. I think that's probably the most you've ever seen Evelyn. And probably the last time you'll ever see Evelyn. As she tolerates you all. She does the queen's way as she leaves. The royalty has left the building. Oh, she's bringing my babies. She's bringing in the babies. The emotional support Pekingese that do not look happy about it at all.
Sound like you wagging her tail.
Hi, baby. Who's a good girl? Give me one. Who's a good girl? I'm kidding, mama. You good, mama? Who's this one? Who's a mama's girl? Who's a punk? I tell you that she don't like that. And this one's got a black for you. Say thank you everybody who donated to me for a long time ago when I broke my jaw. Thank you for giving me life and allowing me to live. Because my mommy loves me. My mommy takes good care of me and my sister. You can hear Saki is not pleased. She's like, rah, rah. Saki is very vocal. Saki will tell you straight off. She's like, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Please
I'm
quit.
getting annoyed.
I'm getting annoyed. Put it down.
I'm getting annoyed. I hate this.
Yuki does not make much noise. Do you? Focus. But don't let me. I love you. Oh, careful.
Hi, your baby. What babies? They go by forever.
Oh, I'm gonna stand up. Oh, that's mean. But I don't know where I was. Evelyn came to, that's Evelyn's checking on me type of thing. Comes in here between video games and makes sure I'm okay. Am I overstressing myself? Should I get off? Like, she does stuff like that, which I'm very appreciative. I don't know what I'd do without you guys right now. I feel very isolated. I'm just being honest. Like I feel very, very not in a isolated. Like I feel very isolated. Mentally, like having trouble figuring out who to trust and like who I can really talk to and like who will be there, and just having some trust issues right now, and it's probably just all in my head, and it usually is. But I have been burnt before, pretty badly in the past, and it makes me very weary for my future. But I'm keeping up here, I'm keeping up on Facebook, I'm keeping up on Instagram. So this makes me want to make more videos. It really does. It gives me a platform. It makes me interested. I'm thoroughly enjoying just sitting here and talking, and I will be much more happy to do lives from here. I was doing them on Facebook, but I'm going to choose to do them on here because I think I have more people on here who would talk to me, rather Facebook, where most people don't want to sit and watch somebody and talk to them, unless they're selling something, and I don't sell stuff. Ooh, Lord Jesus, sends me help. I hope you guys enjoy these. I would love to hear about it. Let me know. Legitimately, let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something that you want me to continue to do. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how your family is feeling. Let me know if anybody is sick. Heed my, even though a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs advice, you know, just being safe and washing your hands and keeping sanitizer and just keeping your distance from people is probably the best thing, not only for you, but for others, if you can help it. If you can help it. That is being the key and like operative word there, is if you can help it. I hope there is some kind of, you know, I hope soon there will be some kind of vaccine that can start being used, or it peters out, or somebody comes up with an immaculate cure, or, you know, it mutates into something less dangerous. I hope that we don't have anything like this again in my lifetime, your lifetime. I hope everybody stays safe, guys. This isn't the last you'll hear about it from me. Definitely not. I just want you guys to know that I'm thinking about you, worried about you. I love you. You guys mean something to me. You're not just a number, or you're not just a screen name to me. I know that there are people behind these names, real people, just like I'm a real person, and words fucking hurt. Misunderstandings can ruin shit. It takes a lot to say you're sorry, but it takes more to admit that, to forgive somebody who has done wrong to you and doesn't understand it and doesn't see it in that way. It takes a lot to be that adult about something if you know that they can't help it, and it's never going to be seen that way. Like, it is, to me, a huge deal, and better off for me just to be like, agree to disagree. Just do the best you can with what you got. Love somebody just to love them, because hate is just too much, of it already. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time. It's not worth the effort. All it does is hurt both parties. Just forgive and forget it. Like, that's what I can impart you with right now, is that if somebody has hurt your feelings, or you've got a misunderstanding with somebody, just let it go. Just let it go. Life is too short to hate, to or their drama to hurt somebody else for no reason. Life is just, especially right now, life is way too fucking short for that, and I don't want to do that. I want people to be happy. I want to live a good life. I want to love people as much as possible. I want to see others succeed, and like, it's just easier in the long run just to say it's okay. Just let it go. Like, just be like, okay, well, you know what? Shit was said. Things have been done. Both parties are sorry. Just be done with it. You know, there's no reason to do anything else. Like, I'm talking like family. I'm talking like friends. Like, the time is now to make up or to cut people off completely. Like, there's no in between it. The time is now. Like, and I would rather think that you guys would do the first thing, which is just forgive. Because, like I said, life is way too short to hold hate and malice, and it only poisons you. Like, it doesn't poison the other person like you would think. It really does poison you. So, if nobody told you today that you are phenomenal, I have to stand up, this is killing me. Nobody told you today that you're a phenomenal person, that you are beautiful, that you are kind, that you are compassionate, you are able. You are able to say sorry. You are able to live. You are able to put things behind you. You are able to let things go, especially when they're not really that fucking important. When you can save a friendship or a relationship over something stupid, even if that bridge has sailed and you think that you're never going to talk to that person ever again, just letting go of that in your own heart will be better than nothing, in my opinion. I'm just rambling today, lots of squirrel, lots of stuff on my mind. So if nobody told you today that they're proud of you, I don't care what you've managed. I don't care what you've been able to do. If all you did today was roll over in bed, took another breath, I am proud of you. I'm thankful for you. Thank you for spending time with me today on the live video. Thank you for spending time with me on Facebook, on Instagram, on here, on this video, which I will upload here in a little bit. Thank you for being kind to me and my wife. Thank you for always being here when I need it the most. Even when I disappear and come back, you're still here for me. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for being kind when I need it the most. I hope I did not scare people off. I hope I did not offend anybody. I hope that God permits everybody to be healthy and to be wise about the situations coming up, and that everybody will be okay. So, you would be missed. I will tell you this again, over and over and over again. You would be missed if you're not here. I would miss you. You are needed and you are wanted and you are absolutely loved, no matter what you think, no matter what is going on in your life. There is one person sitting here talking to you right now, right this minute, who needs you, wants you, and appreciates you. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for keeping me company. Leave me a comment down below of whatever you want. You can ask me anything. You can share whatever belief that you have. I would just love to hear from you in general. So I love you, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, a blessed day, no matter what you believe in. It's really hard. I want so badly for people to succeed. I want so badly for you guys to be happy. I want so badly for people not to feel like I felt this last week. I don't want anybody writing notes to their loved ones, thinking that it'll be the last time they ever see them. Like, I don't want anybody else to have to feel that way. Just know that you're important, and that you're amazing, and that you're gorgeous, and just a general thank you. Thank you so fucking much. And sometimes using curse word is warranted. Thank you so fucking much for letting me.